Mojo den yu me ya roni malam jimbo ngab jata bakar taranga santo ishirma do tumba tukji cha kishan zare shomen chuje anji porana etisam sanji kenje ngoye ransam jaga ngonsam donze pe tsawe lama namlango shan tsar Kusum dungare chinda che chen chen nyar zo me wang she war jala so sem ja don la nyar do da zo na tamba nam ji nin da zar da so. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for coming. How to relax the mind again. In teaching today, how to relax the mind. So teaching is, as you know, very important. If people are interested in the Dharma practice and want to practice Dharma, then teaching is very important. Dharma, Buddhist teaching belongs to everybody if they have the desire to practice. Nobody can sort of like control or keep and don't share. That's not correct. So Dharma belongs to everybody, therefore teaching is very important. And we're doing very well, I think. So when, for instance, when you think back on your life, you feel like you can handle difficult situations better these days, or you have sort of more kindness, you feel that you have more capacity. So that is, I think that's what I see when I look at you, your life. So I think Dharma is working, whatever you're doing, because, your life is better, happier than before. So therefore, I think if you see those sort of changes, they are the result of your meditation. And when you think back on your life, if you see you are more sort of happy person these days, that is also a result of your meditation. So these changes are not random, but have happened because you have been practicing every single day. So you should understand the benefit of your meditation, and you should appreciate your life, because your life is, as far I know, is much better now. So therefore, Dharma practice is, I think, very important, and we are very fortunate to have this experience. So therefore, but we also very important to share that with others, our experience and our practice and all of that. It sort of help others and share that with others, very important. But how do, like Buddha give, how do we share our experience, our teachings, our Dharma practice, share with others? Buddha gave us like 2 examples of how to share the Dharma with others before he passed away. First, Buddha gave the example of a wealthy person, wealthy man, passing away, who had many children, and Buddha said, like, some of his children were nearby, some of his children were very far away, not nearby from his father. But it doesn't matter. His father wanted to, when he passed away, he wanted all his wealth and property to be given evenly to all his children, like that. So Buddha said, likewise, Buddha wanted to share all his teachings with the student who were nearby, and also, like, when other people with interest in the Dharma came in the future, the Buddha wanted his teachings to given them evenly. So the Buddha told his sort of disciples before he passed away, you have to keep my teachings, and you have to share my teachings with others. So, it's like, also, like he said, he gave sort of another example of a point in when there would be no sun, no moon, it will be completely dark. Imagine like that kind of, at that time, walking on the path would be very dangerous for many people. But at that time, for instance, there could be a man who had a great torch and could easily reach the end of the path. So Buddha said, what should this person do when he reaches the end of the path? Should he throw away his great torch, or should he give it to all those other people who are in the dark? So Buddha said that he can't throw the torch away. He must give the torch to other people so that they can walk through all the way at the end of path. So like that. So the Buddha gave these two examples to tell us that once we received all the teachings from the kindness of our teachers, and when we have the capacity to teach others, then it would be our sort of responsibility to teach others with a great motivation. And that's you have to keep in your mind, because we have like a good experience from our meditation. That experience you must share with other people. But when you when you teach Dharma to others, if your motivation is not pure, it means like your teachings are involved in the outwardly concerns, like reputation, fame, or pleasure, etc. Then it will not good to teach. Otherwise, the best way to help others is given the teachings. We're always thinking, right? We always think, how can I help others? And I have this, I received all the teachings. I know how to practice, but I don't know how to share. So once you have a great motivation, then you can teach others, you can help others. That's Buddha said the best way to help others is given the teachings, and best generous is give the teaching with your pure motivation. So, I am happy that I have this good opportunity to teach. So because of you, so thank you for giving me this opportunity. So that is you received lots of teachings and you practice every single day, put them into your practice. So now you check, think about your life like 20 years before, or like 10 years, whatever, and compare to now, I think you're much better now. So therefore, Dharma is working. If you really practice, it's not just like we are thinking about future, like attain enlightenment, not like that. Dharma is, if you practice every single day, it helps to keep your life better and happy. So therefore, it's very, very important. So therefore, I'm happy, you're happy, we all sort of fortunate and to have this good opportunity. So that is that about Dharma, how important to practice and receive teachings, right? Now, in order to relax, this is the topic, in order to relax the mind, what do we need to change, or what do we need to do? As you know, sometimes uh, every sort of meditator encounters uh, uh, distractions during practice. So the distraction, when we say distraction can be anything: a sound, emotions, sensation, whatever, etc. So whatever it is, when you meditate, when you try to relax your mind, so, and then you have this distraction, whatever it is, don't upset with it, and don't sort of try to reject anything. But at this time, the methods are needed to deal with it. Very, very important instructions and method. So when your mind is like wild and agitated, you can re-establish your mindfulness. And sometimes it is good to think about these three questions, like what is it? When you meditate, you have all, your mind is wander away and wild and become agitated like that. You have to sort of think about, like, what is it? How strong is it? And how long does it last? So this kind of thing. Not always good to think about these questions, these things, but sometimes it's good, you have to like think, and because it is a kind of exercise in mindfulness. So your mindfulness is, mindfulness is the most important aspect of meditation, right? So there is no need at all to struggle against your distractions. So the important thing is to be mindful of what is happening. Not to control what is happening, right? We want to control, but that's not correct when you meditate. So just to, be mindful what is happening, but whatever arises in your mind is just one more or another opportunity to cultivate mindfulness. So agitation and this, distractions are sometimes good. It gives you sort of another opportunity to cultivate your mindfulness awareness. So they're not necessarily bad. Don't upset, or don't, like, oh, I can't meditate, these distractions like that. Don't think like that. That's another sort of like opportunity, if you recognize, cultivate mindfulness, because mindfulness is the key, the foundation of all your practice. So therefore, we have to sort of grow in our ability to practice mindfulness and bodhichitta, right? So if we don't start to change sort of in this kind of direction, then we will continually miss sort of great opportunities. So again, like, I would like to talk about the benefit bodhicitta for a little bit. as you know, remember, Shantadewa points out that in our everyday lives, we are heavily obscured by negative emotions, right? That is very true. Therefore, we should practice bodhicitta. Shantadewa said that. Therefore, we should practice bodhicitta because those who want perfect sort of happiness for themselves as well as others should never give up cultivating bodhicitta. So once you have this sort of aspiration, uh, then you become a member of the family of Mahayana Bodhisattvas. So it signifies the beginning of real development in relation to your human potential and spiritual capacity. So, now for all of you who are sort of feeling a little tired by practice and feeling like it is difficult and a lot of work and every single day meditate, dealing with this sort of negative emotions and distractions. Sometimes people get kind of bored and, tired. And this is, it's not 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, every single day, month by month, year by year, you have to practice, right? Familiar with your practice, meditation. Otherwise, it's not easy to sort of diminish all these afflictions and distractions. So sometimes people, feeling like it is difficult and feel like you think like it's very hard, it's very difficult, So I have very good news for you. If you think that remember Shantadewa said that one of the benefits of bodhicitta is your virtues and good karma will begin to increase continuously, constantly. Whatever activity you are performing, whether you are working or sleeping, whatever, your merit is continuously accumulating, always raising, never falling, no matter what you do. Okay, that how amazing is that? Once you have a bodhicitta mind, uh, when I heard this the first time from my root teacher Kanchen Pamatsewa, when he taught the way of the bodhisattva's life, when I heard this, um, uh, uh, by the Shantadewa, and he taught us this, and then I thought, wow, I want to practice bodhicitta, only practice bodhicitta, have a bodhicitta mind. That's all I need, right? So the continuous practice of bodhicitta will sort of fulfill all your wishes as well as those of others. So, and without bodhicitta, even the highest teachings of Vajrayana will useless. So, if we don't have bodhicitta, no matter what practice we are doing, we will be like a dead tree. Nothing will grow. Be like dead tree. Pater Rinpoche, remember? Pater Rinpoche said that if you lack bodhicitta mind, you will not become enlightened, no matter how much you practice, because your efforts are based on selfishness. That's the characteristic. People who have bodhicitta mind, less selfish mind, right? People who have no bodhicitta mind, then what we have? Selfishness. So then whatever you practice, whatever you do, based on selfishness, there is, no matter how much you practice, there is no enlightenment. So therefore, very important, right? So you know that, but just to remind you again. So that is enough. Talk about the benefit of bodhicitta. Just keep in mind, bodhicitta is amazing. Once you have bodhicitta, then whatever you eat, you walk, you sleep, whatever, your virtues just increase. That's it. You don't have to actually do, you don't have to any meditate or just something, nothing. Whatever your active, even like your ordinary, like worldly life, these actions actually become like virtues because of the bodhicitta mind. But in order to have bodhicitta mind, first you have to practice, right? So that's the thing. Now again, how to relax the mind. First of all, it is important to recognize the good fortune to be born as a human being. I always say this, right? I always tell you this. And we should sort of continuously be aware of this, like this preciousness of this situation. Really, it is situation, and learn to take sort of full advantage of the wonderful opportunities that this life has. So I usually I understand this more and more, every time, all the time, like every single day. Oh, we are so fortunate. When I like to watch this like animals, and I like whenever I go like first whenever like travel different countries, first where I go to zoo. I just love animals, but wow, they have very bad life. It's difficult. It's so difficult life. So compared to us, like I'm not looking down on animals, but we have this like human preciousness of the situation, human body. It's amazing. So we should not waste this time. And I think it's very important. This sort of recognition is the foundation of everything, I think. And based on that, you can relax your mind. You can relax your mind because then, you have this recognition. So in order to help you relax your mind, uh, usually teachers say like both your mind and your body need to relax, right? Both. As you know, making the body relax is not so difficult, right? But relaxing the mind is very difficult because we are not always resting in the present moment. So in order to relax the mind, there is no need to look for inner balance somewhere else. But instead, we find it right in the moment of meditation. Be comfortable with that moment, and it is important to recognize that. That is how you relax your mind. Of course, many of you know how to meditate and relax your mind, but there are many ways, many ways. This is the good thing about Buddhism, many ways to meditate. And there are many instructions, methods that helps you, because people are different, very different. So I think it is important to relax and settle the mind for just a moment without sort of any sort of like spatial particular like thoughts, and this is the most essential in any meditation. So meditation focus on balancing the mind, and balance is not only an achievement of something new. It is also the experience of something you already have sort of naturally. So focusing and letting yourself feel the nature of your own mind is very important. So then you don't have to look something this amazing like relaxation or this. You don't have to look for that somewhere else. If you, as long as you understand, you feel the nature of your own mind, then you know how to relax your mind. If you always sort of search and look in something, inside, outside, whatever, it's very hard. You don't know how to relax the mind. So before you try to focus, open your mind. And open means being open to the whole sort of environment, physical form, energy, everything. And when you feel sort of yourself starting to relax, it's time to focus. Okay, so focus means attention that is relaxed and calm. When you really feel the energy of meditation, some point this energy and your relaxation should no longer sort of remain separate. They should be sort of unit in a single experience. Then really you can relax your mind. So in this sort of resting method of meditation, concentration, you need to sort of push a little bit, but make sure you don't push too much, right? So my teachers always say that, be firmly concentrate, yet loosely relaxed. So I always say not too tight, not too loose, really sort of a middle way. So that is the most important point for the view of your meditation and how to relax your mind. So you will discover that in finding this balance, you are, teachers say, you are your own best teacher. So that means check and see whether you are too relaxed or too tight, and make adjustments. And so they are, when you need it. So focus on the present moment is of the greatest value, and concentrating on that sort of freshness leads to resting, because you are not so involved with thoughts and with the past and future. But when you focus on the object, like, for instance, like whatever, like flower, and you think it's sort of like, oh, it's a yellow, or it's orange, or it's nice, etc. You make all kinds of thoughts right there. So that's not focusing. That's not how you relax your mind. That's a habit, and you are back to sort of ordinary thinking. So you are making sort of like, oh, this is beautiful, oh, this is nice, oh, I'm relaxing, oh, this is. So that is another habit. So if that happens, you need to sort of refocus on the object. Gently bring your attention back to the object again, and try to keep your mind uh, sort of, focus and with the present moment, and relax in that moment. And you may find that your focus remains stable for a while and then become distracted again, right? That's totally fine. That's fine. And there is no need to go back and sort of replay the experience and try to make it more perfect. That is another habit that you have learned in your sort of normal life. So when you are meditating, just move on naturally. Bring your focus gentle back to the object, back to the sort of present. Let your mind sort of remain open and relax. And if you become tired, pause and take deep sort of breaths, and maybe you can chant syllables like om, om, like when you, sometimes you are kind of bored and with your meditation, and then you need some little bit different sort of activities. So that would be good too, and refresh your mind and let your mind rest in present moment again. And don't push. Be calm and relaxed. Be gentle with yourself is very important. And feel the sort of relaxation and peace and make that your focus. Sometimes in meditation, we are very calm and relaxed, but we are missing the recognition of that relaxation. So we're not sort of experiencing the energy of awareness. Without the sort of vividness of awareness, then we could fall into dullness, right? So then this calmness and awareness are very important. Calmness and awareness together helps to create a good balance. Sometimes, we're very calm. There is like almost no thoughts in our mind, but very, what do you call it? It's like there's no energy of awareness. That means like you don't have the recognition of this relaxation, you know. So uh, so therefore, two things together, makes your mind meditation very strong, which is calmness and awareness, very important. And uh, 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 um, and experiencing awareness is the inner mind, right? What is sometimes, so we understand this calmness, but what is awareness? Awareness is when we meditate, we are experiencing sort of inner mind, mind with focus, mind with relaxation, the mind that is not disturbed, and that is totally free. That is kind of awareness. So the mind can be resting, and knowing it is resting or distracted, uh, but there is no separation, So try to bring everything to the center of the resting mind, then feel the clear and relaxed space. And when calm arises in your meditation, develop further. And calm mind, eventually leads to clear mind. Okay, this awareness, a mind free from thoughts, and very much focused in essential sort of spaciousness. So when your mind is calmer and clear, actually the essence of that is we call happiness. So meditation makes you happy, means like the essence of that, you understand what is going on. There is like awareness. At the same time, you have less thoughts, less sort of emotions, very calm. That is this combination, the quality is actually makes you happy. So in order to attain and feel a clear mind, the first step is calm mind, right? Do you sometimes you feel like your mind is so clear? There's no confusion and so clear, and at the same time you're so happy. Do you have that experience? In order to have that, first step is calm mind, which is you have to relax your mind. And then you enjoy that state of calmness, and from that enjoyment comes clarity. So when the mind is happy, undisturbed, and totally relaxed, then there is a great opportunity to recognize inner nature. So inner nature cannot be expressed sort of verbally, but it can be experienced through your own experience, awareness. So therefore, first, calm mind, awareness, the vividness of awareness, these are the foundation in order to recognize the inner nature of your mind. Through that meditation, the inner self sort of becomes clear as you move closer to it. This enables us to know ourselves better. Who are we, or what is the true nature of our being, and therefore what is important and what is not. So the qualities of peace and calm are part of mind's rest nature. The more you rest, the more these qualities appear, for sure. And with them comes happiness. As your practice develops power, it will spontaneously remove your obscurations, because since they are not part of your inner nature. So as soon as spontaneously remove your obscurations, you will be very happy. Without obscuration, without negative emotions, that is everlasting happiness. Meditation makes you happy. So it's like when the sun, for instance, sun arises, the darkness disappears. You don't have to fight with your obscurations at this point. It's just spontaneously remove your obscurations. So do your meditation with a relaxed mind. Do not worry or force yourself to meditate, and do not be in a rush, but be disciplined enough that you do not postpone it until tomorrow. That's not good. If you put it off, there is always another tomorrow, and you can extend that for endless tomorrow without developing your practice, right? So meditate for as long as you have time, and when you finish, dedicate. So meditation is very simple. And that's better. So correct your motivation, generate bodhichitta mind. It's so important. And then just to relax your mind. You know how to relax your mind. So that then meditate 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. No rush. Be gentle with yourself. Very important. Don't push too much. And then when you're done, dedicate the merit for the benefit of all sentient beings. Because Buddhist meditation is always based on love for others, right? So when you start, you would think about others. When you meditate, then you relax your mind, which is like remove your obscurations, because that makes you happy, and that is the benefit of meditation. Once you're done, dedicate. That's it. That's how you relax your mind. So now, meditate for a few minutes. This meditation is, again, recognize your thoughts and let them go. That's it. Recognize and let them go. In combination with the breath. So you breathe in, out very gently and relax. At the same time, recognize your distractions and then let go of everything. That's very simple. And then relax again. So when you breathe in, pause. Recognize whatever is happening in your mind. Okay? When you breathe in, pause. Look inwardly. Recognize what is going on in your mind. Maybe there is a thought, or maybe there is negative emotions. Maybe there is nothing, just empty space. You will see it. Whatever, just to look and see what is there. When you pause, then breathe out and let it go. Then pause on the spaciousness of your mind for a moment and breathe in again and recognize. Do this over and over again. So easy to do it, but it's difficult familiarize with it. So that's why you have to do this over and over again. So breathe in, remember, breathe in, recognize. Okay, what do you recognize? Something in your mind, just to recognize. Breathe out, let it go. And then relax in the openness. So, coordinating your concentration with the stages of your breath will help you refrain from following your thoughts and continue in your normal habits of daily life. So each like breathe out and let it go, then pause on the spaciousness of your mind for a moment and breathe in again and recognize. So do this over and over again. And you breathe in is a reminder to recognize, and each breath, like breathe out, is a reminder to let go. Okay, 2 words, right? Recognize and let go, but with the combination of the breath. It's very important. Breathe in. It's remind you or I have to recognize. So don't breathe out right away. Breathe in, pause a little bit, very gently, okay? Very gently. And then breathe out means let it go, whatever in your mind, okay? And then just to relax, nothing. Just, you don't have to recognize, you don't have to let it go, just to relax there. And then when you need to, when you are ready to breathe in, you just breathe in, pause, look inside. Is there something? Or maybe not. Just recognize. And then you breathe out. Totally let it go. Once you let it go, then just to relax. Like that. So easy, okay? So continue to meditate that just over and over again within like for 10 minutes, okay? You ready? You understand? Breathe in, recognize. Recognize means sometimes you have like uncomfortableness, like with your face, like your body, and then breathe out, let it go. Sometimes when you recognize, breathe in, recognize in your mind, maybe you have full of thoughts. Do not establish, make more thoughts. Just recognize them and then let it go. And then relax. 10 minutes.